Hi, Gerald Johnson. You guys ride the wind. How you doing? I promised a follow-up video to further explain what I had stated in my previous two videos. Um, Yada yada yada. It's really bothered me. I'm sitting here with the notes right now. I've had hand surgery. I'm jacked up. But I've got all the research done, and I definitely have the pictures. If you guys are on Instagram or you're on my Facebook, and if you're not, you should be, because you won't understand what I'm about to say at all. Okay? Um, and remind me to stop saying okay. Bad habit. The first thing would be the current planetary alignment. First time in history, all that BS. Okay? Uh, all that BS. That was in 2017, 9/23, the day that Virgo, or the Messiah, Jupiter, gotta stop saying that too, or Jupiter, the Messiah, exited Virgo's womb after 9 months gestation. This is one of the stories, but it did actually happen. Something did exit her. Dragon gave chase. Michael protected. This infant was taken to the Draco system for protection. Okay? I think I could say okay there. I was good on them. Okay. So the planetary alignment that occurred at that time, first time in history, they actually aligned. And I hopped on my bobber and I split. I was in Fort Worth, and I headed to the Ozarks here because I didn't know what was going to happen. And I wasn't going to be stuck in a city with the rest of the people who weren't really using their heads in the current situation and figuring where they're going to be, because the city's not the place to be. No matter what your friends tell you, your mom tells you, whoever tells you, you don't want to be in the city. I've even heard SEALs say that. So I didn't know the bolts plasma was going to go through all the plants. Yeah, it could have been a bad day. That marked supposedly the beginning of Revelations. I'm kind of twisted on this. And currently we're in tribulations, which doesn't make sense because Revelations actually happens after that. But again, a little mix up in stories. So the main point of getting on here is to have explained the C-19s, or asteroids, comets, discovered in the 1900s and logged as such. If they were discovered in, what was the one I was looking at the other day, and I posted on Instagram, the new red one on stage, okay? The Wormwood Star, okay, just showed up. Full presence, big laser, big red laser light. And it went from tiny to big within a few weeks. It's just lighting everything up. Okay, so point of me saying that is C-19s, or asteroids, discovered in the 1900s. Again, the one I just referred to is 1985 OR2. Look at that. It's very hard to match these comets up with the misinformation and the disinformation, or whatever kind of information that NASA hands out, that anyone hands out. I don't trust a word they say. All I do is look at the headline, and then I go from there, because they're doing the headline for a reason, and it's hard to get into. Okay, you got to kind of read these guys. It's like playing Google to get the right answer. If you don't ask it one way, it'll give you the wrong answer. If you ask it another way, you'll get your answer. That's why I prefer Banger DuckDuckGo, really, so I don't have to play those games. So, the only exception to the other C-19s that are out there, C-1995, etc., Swan Banu, Regula, it's Atlas, which would be, and I'm not positive those are all C-19s, but there's a list. You can look at it. It's clear as hell. Logged by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratories. But they're starting to change the C's too. They're starting to change stuff to codes. So they must figure people are catching on to that. All right, so comets and asteroids. The only exception to that would be Atlas, which is C2019. 2019. The other guy that's kind of involved in this is C2012. S1, Serpent. Okay, the 13th zodiac sign, Serpent holder. Okay. I think that's as deep as I'm going to go on that too, because I don't have much time. I don't feel like going long. And you guys don't want me to go long. Omicrons. Here's the definition. First definition I looked up was 15 star in a constellation. And I dug and I dug and I dug. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What I ran into is Omicron Draconis from the Draco system. Let me start in the beginning here. Everything that I'm about to speak of exists in the southern sky. What galaxy? And here's where I screwed up. And here's where I probably wasted a lot of years, because I've been doing this 9 years. And I have cam videos, and I have cam captures, and I have everything to prove what I'm saying is 99% right. Okay? What was I going to say? Omicron Draconis. It's a sun in the Draco system. Draconis. Get it? There's also another planet involved there, but we're not going to go there either. Okay? So anyway, in this case, Omicron Draconis, it is 30 times the size of the sun. And we do see the south glowing at night, don't we? Don't we? Omicron Draconis, 30 times the size of the sun and 300 times the lumens, meaning it's 300 times brighter than the sun. There are four constellations I want to touch on here. Each one of them involve a beast. There are 4 beasts in Revelations. Just remember that. One of them supposedly comes out of the ground and claims itself as God. Anything ballsy enough to do that is something to definitely look at, but you know if it's coming out of the ground, it's no bueno, right? Okay, so Omicron Draconis. You have Omicron Cetus, again, back tied to a beast, mythology. Then you've got Omicron Ophiuchus, which is where a couple little goodies are coming out of. That's also the 13th zodiac sign. 13 steps on the back of a pyramid to the capstone. He spoke to us in parable. He spoke to us of cornerstones and capstones. If you look at a cornerstone, it's a block. If you look at a molecule, it's a block. The man spoke in parable about molecular structure. Okay? Real deal. The capstone is the beast, the 5th element that exists within all of us that he tried to explain that we could overcome. Apparently we didn't pull that one off very well. All right? So, back of a dollar bill, 13 step. What's the top of the steps? Think about that. Now, Omicron, one other. And I knew right when I heard it, it clicked. Omicron Hydra. Omicron Hydra. Endgames, to me, I watch science fictions, really like them. I like the ones where people get saved, because that's what this is all about, right? And most real 144s do also. Like movies where people are being saved. That's what this is all about, is saving lives, giving warning on things that should have been giving warnings about decades or centuries ago, right? Okay, so what's that last? Omicron Hydra. Well, think back to Avengers. What's the evil octopus-looking thing that they're fighting? Hydra. Hell, Hydra. Okay. So I think we got the Omicrons in place. Now again, Andromeda is the galaxy. Within that galaxy exists many a constellation. Right? Within each constellation, it has at least 1 or 2 suns. Asteroids or I'm going to make sure I'm not going to say asteroids, could be right, but comets, as in Andromeda Draconis dragon. Comets are also omicrons. So, there's one other we're referring to, the blue star, the Bethlehem star, the thing I call the Bethlehem star. The thing the Vatican had a ceremony about 3-4 years ago on its arrival, and you cannot find a shred of this ever happening. So yeah, it showed up on the scene after what, 3,000 years. Well, it's been here and it's been getting bigger. It's real big, if you guys have seen my work, right? Okay, so that's referred to as many things. Me, the Bethlehem star, Star of David, etc. It's a geometric pattern to me that means good, okay? Now, some Canton boys I ran right smack into them, so I have to be in the right vein, right? Canton Observatory, Cambridge Observatory, every observatory you can think of, and the astrophysicists involved with these observatories also were in the same thing I was. They call it, well, they have a big long code for it, but the name of this is not Andromeda, Omicron Andromedus. That's a constellation in Andromeda. This is called Omicron Andromedus. It is a binary star system, two stars. Those two stars, which there's many meanings for stars, right? They could be a lot of things. The two meanings for the two stars that exist within Omicron Andromedus is a nova, a supernova, and also a micronova. They are currently merging and creating a black hole. Now, I never know if I'm on point or whatever, or I have to get some intelligent input from somebody, to be able to really change my direction, because I put in so many hours and I have seen what I say. How'd you know? I saw it, I see it, I'm still seeing it. Anyway, that is anything else, I guess. It's over top of Japan. It stays there. I guess the thing I need to include is these things follow a circumpolar ecliptic. Now look up what an omicron does. Circumpolar ecliptics mean they never set, they never rise. They're always there. So I'd catch something dark in the sky in Poland, and I go back there at night, and the sky's lit up. By the way, it's not getting dark on the other side of the Earth. A lot of nights it's not getting dark. The nova's lighting us up, besides the asteroids and comets, which are literally shooting beams. I just was in Iceland yesterday. The beam is melting the snow. There's a big hole, and I've seen this before, where you can see steam coming out, and the actual beam coming out of the sky is melting a hole. Or once I seen it light a fire in the mountains of Austria, and I had the videos of this happening. Now come to find out, asteroids have this luminosity where they do shoot out beams, right? The bad thing we're talking about here is we're in the spectral gamma range. A lot of these beams we are not seeing. What you're seeing in my pictures is the spectral light. It's not the actual object, okay? You're seeing the celestial light. Now that celestial spectral light boils down to, if you match it against, let's say the gamma color chart, or the electromagnetic frequency color chart, where it starts at radio waves and it goes up to UVs and it goes up to X-rays, etc. Top of the list is gamma. Now I can also prove I've got buildings. Gamma can penetrate anything. I've got buildings where there's a big lit spot on the floor and there's no light there. There's no light. Or multiple lights. Now people, I see these on the street, big glowing spaces. People aren't seeing them because, again, they're spectral. I could take you, and I have posted pictures of, let's say, Upa, Russia, St. Petersburg, Russia, Norway, Indonesia, poor people, and show you where these beams are coming down and show you the object in the sky that's shooting the beams. It's not like I have to search for pictures anymore. First cam I get on, I'm finding 4 different objects. That has not occurred in 9 years. We get to the real part. A little bit back to the gamma. I have some EMF frequencies, EMF meters that I access in Germany, and I think the other one I've got is in Austria. Usually they have a graph, and it'll flash, and it was hitting these high points. You know what they're doing now? They're fully lighting up. So if people are worried about 5G, anything like that, or even smoking cigarettes now, because it just came out that it's just as safe as breathing in the air, don't worry about 5G. It's not even a birthday candle compared to the power we're being hit with right now. It's only going to get worse from here, just like DiCaprio said. It's not going to get better, you guys. And countries are sinking. And people say, we can't figure out what to do. What are we going to do? I can't do nothing, yada, yada, yada. How about some care packages to Indonesia? I'm doing my job. I've been doing my job. Okay? But how about some care packages to Indonesia, China, India, I just saw this is God mode stuff, people. And hundreds of thousands of people have already died due to a lack of a proper warning. At least to get their spirituality together before they get rinsed down the drain. Why isn't any other channel covering what I'm covering? How come no one else can go to Play Store and download the viewer can, and you've got probably, I don't know, out of 3,000, most of them have gone offline. But before they totally shut off, I've got some cool pictures of when they froze it. You guys can't believe what's going on out there. You know, I'm not saying this derogatorily, in a derogatory way, creating words like Bush. Is you're in your bubbles. We've been programmed to do that. We've been programmed to live this life when there's no truth out there. There's no truth out there. The only truth that you're going to find is through your own due diligence. You know, don't believe me. Write down what I said and everything. Look it all up. And then get on the viewer cans. You know, I used to try and teach people how to do that, and they couldn't figure it out. Well, right now, if you can't figure it out, when you get on a can, it's a little teeny picture, and you'll see a black dot in the sky, hit that can, because you're on it. Then you've got the red one that just took the picture. There's a few others that I can't even identify right now. But again, components of wormwood. You know, I believe there's a power that put the tears in our eyes and the empathy and the compassion in our veins. Once you wake up, you can't go back. Okay, you can't go back. You mentally won't be able to. When you start to wake up, you will have a derailment within your head, because you will have reality coming from one side, and you'll have the disreality that's still being pumped in us coming from the left-hand side, and there will be a collision in your head, and it will be very hard. And you'll need somebody to support you. I didn't have that. But, you know, I'm here. You know, you guys can hit me on Messenger. If you hit me on Facebook, Daryl Lynn Johnson. Darryl Lynn, Lynn Johnson. Johnsson. You can confirm the black hole story through Canton University. You can confirm the Omicron story by just looking it up. Google or whatever you do, Omicron Draconis. Omicron, remember, we're talking about 4 constellations. Make this easy, okay? Cetus, Cetus. Ophiuchus, forget about me trying to spell that one. Draco, Drco. You know who the Dracos are, right? Hydra. I've seen it spelled 2 different ways, HI and HRD. HIDRA, excuse me, no Y. And my Instagram is Daryl, lowercase, Johnson, all strung together, 26. Go look for yourselves. Seems like when people really start getting into it, we're really starting to see they back away. I'm seeing a lot of that. And you have to back away sometimes, but you can't give up. We need every person that can halfway see and has sight. And a lot of you already have it. But don't bow, don't bow. We're being lied to and people are dying. And that's the most important thing on this planet, is to save each other, to love each other. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm probably forgetting something if I do. And it's not me who's got comments turned off. They've had them turned off on the on and off for the past couple of years. I apologize for that. I wish I could interact with you guys. RST, you other guys, I hope you're out there. I remember y'all, and I remember why I started, and I remember why I'm going to finish. Anyway, thanks a lot. You guys have a good night. Daryl Johnson, by the way.